What if I told you that one contract, a single signature, just changed the entire future of women's basketball? Caitlin Clark, the rookie who took the basketball world by storm, has reportedly landed a $100 million deal that not only breaks every WNBA record, but also exposes deep cracks inside the league itself. And when that deal went public, live on national television, it triggered chaos so intense that the WNBA Commissioner's career may have ended right there on stage. You could feel the tension through the screen. The shock, the disbelief, the realization that the power dynamics inside the WNBA had just flipped overnight. Caitlin Clark didn't just sign a deal. She detonated a bomb inside the league's boardroom. So what really happened behind those cameras? How could one player, one rookie, bring an entire system to its knees? Today, we're diving deep into the story the WNBA doesn't want you to hear. Because this wasn't just about money, it was about control. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why Caitlin Clark's $100 million moment might have just rewritten the rules of professional basketball forever. Let's get into it. From college legend to global icon, Caitlin Clark wasn't just a college superstar. She was a cultural phenomenon. Her games at Iowa broke attendance records, viewership records, and fan engagement records across the board. She made women's basketball must-see TV. By the time she entered the WNBA draft, her name alone was generating millions in ad value. Brands weren't just interested, they were desperate. Her transition from college to the Indiana Fever was the story of the season. Every game she played was sold out, every clip went viral, and every camera lens was locked on her. But here's where it gets wild. Her growing fame was quickly outshining the WNBA itself. And for some executives in the league office, that was a problem. Because Caitlin Clark wasn't just playing the game. She was changing how it was marketed. The deal that broke the internet. Then came the deal. A jaw-dropping, record-breaking $100 million contract spanning endorsements, media rights, and exclusive brand collaborations. This wasn't a typical WNBA player deal. This was LeBron James-level money in a league where most players earn less than $200,000 a year. The contract included sponsorships from global brands, personal media ventures, and a documentary deal that would give Caitlin full creative control over her own story. When the news broke, the internet exploded. Fans celebrated, media outlets scrambled, and every headline screamed the same message. Caitlin Clark just changed the game forever. But behind the scenes, not everyone was celebrating. Inside WNBA headquarters, executives were in panic mode. Because if one player could negotiate a $100 million empire outside league control, what did that say about everyone else? The commissioner's dilemma. The WNBA commissioner had a major problem. Caitlin Clark's deal made her more powerful and more visible than the league itself. Sponsors that once went through official WNBA channels were now bypassing the office entirely to work directly with her team. Broadcast networks were demanding Caitlin Clark games in primetime slots, forcing scheduling changes and creating tension with other franchises. And when reporters began asking why the WNBA wasn't capitalizing better on her success, the commissioner made one crucial mistake. She tried to downplay it. In a now infamous press conference, she referred to Clark's impact as overhyped. The backlash was instant. Fans were furious, players spoke out, and journalists accused the league of jealousy toward its own superstar. That single comment became the spark that lit the fire. The live TV meltdown. It was supposed to be a normal post-game press conference. Cameras rolling, microphones everywhere. But when a reporter asked about Caitlin Clark's record-breaking deal, the commissioner's expression said it all. She tried to control the narrative, but the moment spiraled fast. As questions piled up about favoritism, league profits, and player pay inequality, her answers grew defensive, emotional, and finally explosive. She slammed the table, accusing the media of creating division, and claimed that one player doesn't define the WNBA. The clip went viral within minutes. Fans clipped it, memes flooded Twitter, and the phrase "one player doesn't define the WNBA" became a rallying cry against her. It wasn't just a PR nightmare. It was career suicide, all broadcast live. The very moment meant to assert control ended up destroying it. The fallout begins. Within hours, the internet was ablaze. Fans demanded the commissioner's resignation, accusing her of trying to sabotage the league's biggest asset. Caitlin Clark, meanwhile, stayed calm. Her response was a single Instagram post. A photo of her practicing, captioned, "Keep working." That post hit harder than any press release could. Sponsors sided with Clark. Journalists wrote op-eds calling her the future the WNBA fears. Behind closed doors, board members reportedly began discussing leadership restructuring. It wasn't official yet, but everyone could feel it. The commissioner's days were numbered, and all it took was one deal and one televised meltdown. The power shift had begun. Players take sides. The league quickly split in two. Veteran players, some of whom had fought for years for fair pay, expressed frustration. They admired Caitlin's talent, but some felt her fame had come too easily. Meanwhile, younger players rallied behind her, calling her the face of a new era. Social media turned every quote into a battlefield. Caitlin's teammates defended her fiercely, saying she earned everything through performance, not politics. The public loved it, the league hated it. Because the more players spoke, the clearer it became. This wasn't about jealousy. It was about change. Caitlin Clark wasn't just a rookie anymore. She was a movement. And for a league struggling to stay relevant, that kind of momentum was both a dream and a nightmare. The fans fight back. When fans got involved, everything changed. Arena crowds started chanting Caitlin's name even during neutral games. Merchandise sold out nationwide. Fans flooded the league's social media with one message: let her lead. The WNBA tried to spin the situation, releasing statements about unity and respect, but the damage was already done. The public saw Caitlin Clark as the underdog, the player fighting not just opponents but an outdated system. Even casual basketball viewers started tuning in, curious to see what all the hype was about. The irony? The league was making more money than ever, all because of the controversy it created. Caitlin Clark wasn't just selling tickets. She was selling a revolution, the apology that failed. Facing mounting pressure, the WNBA Commissioner finally addressed the situation on live TV again. She tried to apologize, but it was too little, too late. Instead of taking responsibility, she focused on miscommunication and misunderstanding. Caitlin Clark, however, stayed silent, and that silence spoke volumes. The contrast between the commissioner's nervous tone and Caitlin's calm confidence made headlines again. Commentators compared it to a changing of the guard, old leadership losing to a new generation. The league's sponsors privately started expressing concern. Some even suggested that unless leadership changed, they'd reconsider partnerships. The writing was on the wall. The apology wasn't a fix. It was a farewell. The turning point. 2 weeks later, the announcement came. The commissioner would be stepping down effective immediately, citing personal reasons. But everyone knew the truth. Caitlin Clark's $100 million deal had exposed the league's double standard and forced accountability from the very top. It wasn't revenge. It was evolution. Under new leadership, the WNBA began restructuring marketing strategies around player individuality, something Caitlin had proved was essential. For the first time in years, fans felt like their voices had been heard. And in that moment, Caitlin Clark didn't just win on the court. She won off it, too. She hadn't destroyed the WNBA. She'd rebuilt it. The future belongs to her. Today, Caitlin Clark isn't just a player. She's a brand, a role model, and a reminder that no system stays the same forever. Her $100 million deal didn't just make headlines. It set a new standard for how women's sports are valued and marketed. The WNBA may have tried to control the narrative, but Caitlin took control of her own story. Now, young girls across the world watch her and believe they can, too, not just play but own their power. And for a league that once underestimated her, that might be the greatest victory of all. Because when history looks back, it won't remember the meltdown, the press conference, or even the resignation. It'll remember the player who changed everything, one contract at a time. And that's the story. How one player's groundbreaking $100 million deal didn't just shake the WNBA. It changed it forever. Caitlin Clark proved that talent, authenticity, and connection with fans are more powerful than any corporate strategy. Her journey is bigger than basketball. It's about leadership, equality, and daring to challenge systems that underestimate you. Whether you love her or not, you can't deny her impact. She's turned every game, every interview, and every headline into a movement. So here's the question for you. Backhand index pointing right, do you think Caitlin Clark's deal will inspire the next generation? Or divide the league even further? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Smash that like button if you believe she's changing the game. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful sports stories like this. Because in sports and in life, sometimes one person can rewrite the rules for everyone.